Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on the time and location where you're watching this our channel. My name is Dr. Green. Today we are going to discuss the practical summary of hotel management. Yes, why I call it practical summary is because we are going to focus directly on the area that affects hotel management. And it's going to be a form of advice and discussion with hotel managers. The major factors we must concentrate on as we manage hotels are three recognized factors. Number one, revenue generations. Number two, quality service. And number three, cost reductions. That's why I call it summary practical discussion. Yes, for every hotel manager to succeed in a hotel business, he must ensure that he's apportion 50% concentrations on revenue generations. How do you do this? You must recognize the effect and the use of social media. You must also recognize the use of other outlets like F&B, like outdoor catering, and every other like recreation centers, events and show in order to generate revenue for the hotel business. But that ensure that facilities is being maintained, salaries are being paid, and every other facilities continue to be updated. Because most of the attention of the hotel owners is on how to maximize profit. So if revenue is not generated, every other factor will not work because it's from the revenue that every other factors will be taken care of. So we must concentrate on revenue generations. That meaning that we have to work with our marketers to ensure that customers are being attracted into our facilities, that is the hotel business that you are doing. Yes, as we generate this revenue, we must also pay attention on quality service. That is why we portion 30% concentrations on quality service because the customer that comes to enjoy our facilities must receive quality service, meaning that they must gain value for their money. They must gain value for their money. They must receive what's equivalent to what they pay. If customers are to pay for a room, has to buy our drinks, meaning that the rooms has to be clean. The housekeepers must work excellently diligently to make sure that the rooms are well clean. The chefs, the cooks must make sure that they provide good food. And the barman, the waiter and waitresses must also ensure that the customers appreciate the service they render. When it comes to our reception, that is our front desk, they must have an empathy. They must be able to see and place our girls in their shoe, making sure that our guests are happy as they come to enjoy our facilities. Ranging from the gates, our gate man must be clean and be neat, and they must be able to assure our guests that they are safe. That is our security men and also our gate men. They must show the sign that our environment is safe for them to see because there are customers that pay more attention, they concentrate much on their safety. They are security conscious guests. And the manager will also know on how to manage our difficult and problems customers, that is our guests. We must know how to talk to them because they've left their home coming to enjoy our services to make sure they feel safer, they feel happy. So we must be able to give it back to them. So that is why quality service must be given 30% attention. Then now, when this quality service is being given, for us to guarantee that you will enjoy what they call going concern, continuity in this business, we give 20% to cost reductions, internal control system. You must be able to discourage preferring wastages, stealing, and damages to the barest minimum because this is the only thing that will guarantee profit. Yes, you must be able to discourage it to the barest minimum. Making sure that the decision of labor, you don't open transaction and close transaction. Making sure we make use of the other quantity, the other level when it comes to inventory management. Making sure that we don't buy expiring items, we don't buy spoiled items when it comes to kitchen and F&B, food and beverages. Yes, we must ensure that there's no idle time because management pay for time and experience. So the staffs on duty must work. We discourage late coming. We must make sure we take attendance serious. Yes. So with this, we must ensure that procedures, principles, and policies are being adhered to at all time. You learn to hire and fire. If you see any redundant staff, you fire. Every staff must be productive because that is only when the owner can smile to the bank, and that is only when the owner can retain the manager because manager is there to manage the facilities. Yes, all the engineers, all the vendors, all the suppliers must be monitored. You don't just give them free hands. You monitor them as they're maintaining the facilities. If there are any items that need to be replaced, you must check why the item must be replaced. If there's any other alternative, if it can be repaired, you adopt that pattern in order to reduce costs. Because when you generate revenue, you provide quality service for the business to continue going, and you do not reduce costs. At the end of the day, you are not making profit because it's when cost is being reduced to the barest minimum that is only when profit will be maximized. Today, I call it a summary because I just summarized the whole thing. In our next videos, we are going to be discussing them in details, one after the other. In our next video, we are going to discuss center and concentrate much on revenue generation. Yes, how do we generate revenue in a hotel business? That is the area we are going to concentrate on in our next video. But today, I just give a summary practical of hotel management. The area we need to concentrate on and center on in order to make profit, in order to continue growing in hotel business. Thank you very much. But please remember, like, comment, and share. Thank you very much.